welcome to another Rajasthan Royals fan Zoom. Today we are joined with Chris from Derby. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing very well, guys.
And we got Upyan from India. So again, connecting our fans. Upyan, how are you?
I'm devastated.
Devastated. Yeah, I think we're all devastated. And what we will be doing today is obviously going through the match against, who was the match against?
Mumbai
on Sunday. Who did we lose to? It's been so far long ago. KKR. Was it KKR?
No.
No, it was Royal Challengers, wasn't it?
Was it RCB?
Yeah.
Who did we lose to in the last game?
No, we lost to Sunrisers, I think.
Oh, it was Sunrisers, yeah.
Oh, yes, it was. Yes. Beg your pardon.
Just testing the knowledge there. So devastated, and we've erased it from our minds. Chris, let's start with you, guys. How was that match for you, Sunrisers?
It's a game that we should have won. It's a game we should have won by a long way. My concern is that the team or the management team are getting their statistics all wrong. When we're bowling, some of our younger players bowling to some of the experienced batsmen, they know their strong side, and it would appear that we're relying too much on Archer. If Archer doesn't take 2 or 3 wickets, then I don't think we've got a bowling attack to support Archer. And some of the young Indian bowlers are either trying to bowl too hard, too quick, and not trying to concentrate on our line and length. I mean, how many wides and even no balls are we bowling at the crucial time? Between overs 15 to 20, how many wides and no balls are we bowling in that crucial period? And it's purely, I feel, it's down to a lack of experience. But the young players have got to learn from this. But where is our captain, and where is our management trying to support them and coach them in the right way? That's my only concern moving forward.
Yeah, and a lot of fans are saying the same thing. Is at the end of the day, if Archer doesn't fire, or if Archer got injured, what would the situation be without Archer? I think out of all our team, even Tawatia, a lot of the players are loving Tawatia, but the key player for us this season, for bowling and even to some extent batting, has been Archer. And getting that support, one, in the actual power play at the start, because he took the 2 wickets, and then no pressure from the other side. And then right at the death, you have the 2 overs there. They just seem to be playing him out and then just attacking the second bowler. Upyan, what's your views on that?
The stats certainly suggest that. I mean, Archer has taken 15 wickets, out of which 11 are like batsmen from top 1 to 3. So that's a brilliant stat. He's in the team which is languishing at the last 2 places, but he's still considered. I mean, he's far ahead in the MVP list of the tournament. So I think we were supposed to, in fact, if the IPL would have begun sometime at late March or so, we were supposed to go into the tournament without him. So it just makes me wonder where would we be standing right now without him. So yeah, he's pretty crucial.
And that's a key point, because I'll say Archer was injured at the start of March, so he was not going to play in the IPL. So even if we were to get a replacement for Archer, who that replacement would be, obviously that would be a big thing. Could have been Norche, and obviously Norche's bowled really well, but Archer is Archer. And again, going back to Chris, is the batting. There seems to be a lot of issues with the batting. Anything? I know you mentioned in the group about Stokes opening.
Yeah, Stokes is not, for me. Stokes is not an opening batsman. Certainly not in T20. In a super over, I think you'd have to have him in your top 3 for a super over, but he is not an opening batsman. And Smith isn't an opening batsman. So we have another. We have 2 others as opening batsmen, and we're bringing Stokes and Smith, maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, and again, for the fans in England and across the world, everybody knows the fact that Stokes has never opened in competitive cricket consistently, yet for the last 3 or 4 games, he's opened for Rajasthan Royals. When we have Samson in the team and we have Butler in the team, who have obviously incredible better records at opening. I know it was the right-left combination that the management team were looking at.
Unless the management team are saying to Ben, go in there and get 15, 20 quick fire runs and see what happens after that.
That's still a waste, a player like Ben being asked to just go 15 and 20.
Exactly. So that's me going back to our management have got the wrong tactics.
Yeah.
Might as well send Archer for that.
Yes.
Well, that's true. And again, we had a fan poll on our fan page, around the second week of the IPL, and everybody wanted Tawatia or Archer to open the batting, and we laughed at that. But again, you seem to think that that might be the better option.
I think we might, given the way we are going right now, we might have one at least similar, such a kind of an opening pair coming out in the upcoming games. Like we have 3 left, and the management is clearly hasn't figured out what the best combination is. They might end up doing that, and who knows? In the next year, you might just see them playing like that. But seriously, no, I think Stokes won't be opening in the next match because Shane Warne's clearly mentioned that he wants to see Butler right at the top. I think he's said that Stokes he might be a good opener. You never know, but he's better suited in the middle order. Personally, I don't think I would play Stokes in the next match. I'd rather go with Miller because Stokes is neither offering with the bat nor with the ball. Miller can at least offer me with the bat. I mean, he's still been untested right now. So that's something I'd ponder upon.
A lot of the fans have been saying they want Miller to have a game, and the only place that he can go, if Stokes is not offering anything with the bat, then obviously, or he's not bowling either, then obviously we will have to look at that. On to you, Chris. The spinners. The spinners seem to be getting their economy right, but it's just not taking the wickets. And look at other teams, and their spinners seem to do. What do you think is going wrong there?
I think the start of it. I don't think the pitches are suiting our spinners. I think the pitches are just the slow pitches, and they're just not suited for our spinners. I think the last game against the Sunrisers, we swapped the bowling and brought on one of our spinners, and it was too costly. Yeah. And I just don't think the pitches are suited. Yeah, I just don't think the pitches are suited to some of our spinners. That's my only take on it, unfortunately.
Yeah. And Upin, your views on that? As I say, we're looking at spinners like Chahal, we're looking at Rashid Khan, we're looking at even today Varun Chakravarti for KKR, and he was absolutely amazing. And in fact, one of the things was when we went in the auction, I did a piece for Rajasthan Royals, and I said Varun Chakravarti, we should sign Varun Chakravarti, and he's proving correct. Your views on that?
Well, frankly speaking, if a team with we've got the maximum number of players you can get for an IPL side. So if a team with 25 players decides not to go for one off spinner, then it probably shows the chinks in the management right now. We have 3 leg spinners and one of them is untested yet. I don't think the team has the balls to drop Gopal right now because he's been a consistent performer for us in the previous 2 years. What I think is that they might try to bring in Markandeya because he's someone who was supposed to be the X factor. Regarding your comparison of Gopal and Tewatia with someone like Chahal or Rashid Khan, for that matter, I think that they're international stars, the proven commodities in the market right now. These guys, they're yet to make their international appearances. They're still trying to prove their point. They're still trying to make their mark. Regarding Varun Chakravarti has been described by the by Crickbuzz as a freak, like he's not played any domestic matches throughout the previous season. Like he was practicing all by himself, all alone. So, seriously. And the KKR management initially thought that they'd give around 5 to 6 matches to Kuldeep and the rest they'd just bring in Varun Chakravarti. Let's see how he plays out, and if he plays out well, we'll give him another match. And that's what happened actually. Kuldeep played in the first 2 matches, if I'm not wrong, and then they brought in Varun Chakravarti and he started winning the matches. So you can't really compare a freak with these guys. These are still regular people, but I think we can surely try to develop them.
Those players. Yeah. And again, if for the viewers today, the two results, I think KKR easily beat. Who did they beat? KKR.
DC.
DC, yeah. And that was a shock result, obviously. But DC's form, I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks. It seems to be declining. They seem to have peaked, and now they're like today. Rishabh Pant had a gorgeous chance to put his name mark onto the tournament, and again he got out in predictable fashion. So DC's form is going down, and if we go into our next game, we're playing the mighty Mumbai Indians. And they had a fantastic result the other day, clearly demolished the team that they played. And Chris, our chances against Mumbai?
Well, looking at the table, the top three are on 14 points. Mumbai will want to win, obviously, because as we all know, the top team goes straight through. Yeah. Do they run the risk of resting some of their key players and hoping to pick up the results in the remaining in the other games, or do they go all out to get the maximum points and pick their run rate up against ourselves? Yeah. I think we have to, if we're going to bat first, whoever bats first, if we bat first, we have to put a big score on the board.
Yeah, and again, that's the problem we've got. In the last game, Ishan Kishan and De Kock absolutely demolished CSK, and they batted so well. I think they knocked the 125 runs off in nearly 10 or 11 overs. So again, we're playing a form team and Upiana, our opening pair versus Trent Bolt and Jasprit Bumrah. What do you say about that matchup?
I'm just hoping they rest Bumrah and replace him with Dhawal Kulkarni probably. Or Anukul Roy for that matter. Just give him some experience. It would be better suited. He might just pick up 2 wickets against us. You never know. But jokes apart, I think Bumrah versus Butler, expect Bumrah to come hard, and he's anyway got an upper hand right now. As far as the previous meeting is concerned, I think Bumrah picked up 4 wickets. Bolt got smashed for around 48 runs against Punjab. Now he's coming off a 4 wicket haul against CSK, so he's coming with good form he's coming with form on his side. So expect them to come hard. The thing is that they haven't used Pandya as a bowler yet, and Pandya is a handy bowler. So it really makes me concerned, like how much is their bench strength, and they've been making this bench strong way back since 2014. So it just goes on to show that if you invest in youth at the right time, and if you just keep faith in them, you're bound to get results. Something which RR hasn't. We are someone like DC, except now that DC started keeping faith in their youngsters, we still haven't managed to figure it out as of yet.
Yeah, and that seems to be the core, because look at these players. Like Ishan Kishan's played, nearly 60 to 70 matches, and they've kept faith with him. De Kock at the start of the IPL didn't perform. Kept him in the team. Now he's flying in the last 4 or 5 games. 40, 50s consistently. And again in the last game, Rohit Sharma didn't play, and they opened with Ishan Kishan, and they've got Kieran Pollard as their captain, and his captaincy was absolutely amazing, because the way he marshalled the troops, you'd think he's a regular captain. So for us, a lot of the debate has been take the captaincy of Smith. Who captains the team if Smith's not there? And it's the personality of those players. So again, and any changes, Chris, for the match, do you think, for our match tomorrow?
No, I don't believe we do need to make any changes. I just believe we go in with the same team that played Sunrise. Our confidence is slightly on a high. It's just that we need to. I think it all stems from the dressing round talk on the pitch, and then the captaincy, the leader on the pitch, leading from the front.
Yeah.
We've seen it today from Warner. How Warner is talking to his players. How Warner is consistently talking to his bowlers, talking to every player. Encouragement. I don't see
body language is the body language from Warner is exceptional, and I think
Absolutely.
where we've been losing it is I don't see that passion, or I don't see that decisiveness from Smith, and it just seems to be very defensive. And again, I get your point about not making changes, but I think the problem we've got now is with the results today. I think qualification is now beyond us. So whether we start planning for the next IPL and give the likes of Miller a chance, Mananavora, who all the fan bases have been saying from day one, needs to open, and also Ankit Rajput only bowling 2 overs, our main second or third first change bowler, only bowling 2 overs in the last 2 games. I just do not understand that decision. Upian, what's your views on that?
Completely agree with you. I mean, there's 25 players, and the only substitute you have, like for like, I mean, you only have you can't have one substitute for Jaydev Unatkar, and that can't be Ankit Rajput, who concedes the same amount of runs. I mean, that's not like for like. But yeah, I mean, Akash Singh certainly deserves a chance. Regarding you saying that we should think of a captain who leads from the front, the only person who's capable of doing that from our team right now is Jofra Archer. It would be interesting if they hand him over that, but I don't think that would be happening. I'd really want Stokes to be replaced. I think it's high time. I'd even want him to be released if possible. He's clearly not hit his comfort zone with us, and we are clearly not getting the best out of him. Anywhere we have tried him. So I think Miller or Andrew Ty, if you want to strengthen the bowling, give Miller a chance, or Andrew Ty, and maybe use Riyan Parag as an opening option. I think he is the one for the future. And probably go the CSK way, try to find sparks in the youngsters, because that's the only thing that's left for us right now. And hope that we don't finish at number 8 or number 7. Let's just hope for a number 5 finish probably.
So RCB are playing Chennai tomorrow, and obviously you'd fancy RCB winning that game. So again, they will be stuck on 6 points. We're on 8 points, and again with the KKR winning today, they're on now 12 points. So. And again, today's winners, Sunrisers should win today. They'll be back on 10 points. So it is looking highly unlikely that even if we win the 3 games now, we won't be qualifying.
No.
So Stokes not playing, Chris. For us English people, that is a shocking, statement.
He's not 100% fit though, is he? If you look, you've watched the. Thank you. Yeah, you see. You watched the game against Sunrise. Every time he bowled the ball and walking back, he was holding his side. He's not 100% fit, and I believe because he had the long run in New Zealand back at home because of his the personal situation, and I think that is still mentally inside his head.
And again, from our point of view, and I say from England fans, is that Stokes, the player for the last 2 seasons, has been absolutely immaculate. I know he didn't perform in the T20, and that's another thing. What we have to look at is these top players. They don't play club cricket for their franchises here. So the only T20 they play is the internationals, whereas. Again, teams like India and obviously Pakistan and all these other teams, they play a lot of T20 games, and yet in their franchises at home in the IPL or in the PSL or in the Caribbean League, they're playing constantly T20 cricket. So I think that's a big miss for players to get themselves in form in T20 cricket. Upian, so your views for tomorrow's match. Any changes, or what do you think we should be doing differently? So I know
I'd really bring Miller in place of Stokes. I don't see a reason why he should be benched right now. I mean, Ocean Thomas probably I don't think will be getting any game this year. Same thing for Manan Vohra. I don't know why they've bought him. They've just kept him in the bench for the last 3 years. I don't even think he's played more than 2 games for us. Another talent being wasted. Probably give Yashasvi another chance. He's someone we need to invest on right now. Since it will be a mini auction, there's no point releasing him just for the failure of 3 to 4 matches. One thing is that Steve Smith he's got a good record against MI. I don't know what he did in the last match against MI, but he's generally got a good record against MI. So I would hope that he fires. I really like him if he does well. Regarding Stokes not performing, he performed for us in the first season when he came. With the ball in hand, not with the bat. Of course, he's been horrible with his bat. But the thing is that if you look at this season for that matter, Andre Russell hasn't performed. Dwayne Bravo hasn't performed. Your top all-rounders really haven't performed. And the person who has performed was not even supposed to be going for 10 crores. That's Chris Morris. He's performed both with the bat. He's gone berserk in probably one match in the last few stages for RCB against Kings 11 in the second match that they played against them. And with the ball, he's been excellent. So, your conventional high-profile all-rounders, they haven't really performed that well. So that's something, like, it's not just Stokes' fault. Maybe try to find out new things from new players. I'd rather go with that, Maybe we need to give Tewatia more opportunities. Maybe try to figure out if Riyan Parag has it in himself to prove out to be somebody like a Washington Sundar or somebody like a Krunal Pandya. He's got a golden off spin, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So probably try these things with them. Try to build a core out of them because we need a core right now. So yeah.
So yeah, we're at the stage now where obviously we've got a squad of 25. We've invested in 15 players. They haven't performed. Is it worth, obviously, with an auction, another auction coming up, a mini auction this time, is where are we going to go? And if you look at the teams and you look at Chris Morris, and that's a Chris Morris, he played for Rajasthan Royals a few years back. And he did absolutely nothing for us. And then he played for Delhi last season, and he was an average player there. And this season, he's actually made the difference. So whether we look at that with Stokes, obviously Stokes with Pune was fantastic. Pune franchise when we were banned, and then obviously his forms is there. So I don't really put the effort on there. I think the personal circumstances has cost him. But the problem now is how are we going to get these young Indian players game time to see if they are any good, and then trying to get other players in. And it's really getting that balance of our death bowling right and our top order right, because I think that's where we've really felt. And again, Chris, management experience, how important is management experience? Because obviously we've got a new management, McDonald is our first-time coach. Do you think that's had anything to do with what
I think it would, yeah. Well, I think it would have been. Some people may disagree with me, but I think a coach coming in for his first season, getting the players together, understanding how they play, I think it's going to be, I think 2020 was always going to be that bridge too far for us, really, with our new management and our new management team. Let's look at 2021 for 2022. Most cricket coaches coming into this industry nowadays, it's always a 2 or 3 year plan.
Yeah, and Rajasthan Royals have given him a 3-year contract, so I think they will have to keep faith. But I'm more interested in the RCB model, because obviously Mike Hesson came into RCB and he seems to have like full control of the team, whereas Simon Katic, who's not the head coach, is the head coach. You don't hardly see Simon Katic. Upian, do you know much more about that kind of model that teams are using?
Not really. But I fully agree with Chris regarding the RR management. I think Andrew McDonald needs to be given a few more chances, but I think the Indians in the management rather needs to be sacked as soon as possible. I know all the Indians out there in the management for RR. Zubin Barucha, he's played probably 2-3 years worth of Ranji cricket for Mumbai, hasn't got any exceptional performance. Sairaj Bautule, he had an accident which ended his career, and then he went on to coach Bengal. He started off with a semi-final finish, and then he completely shattered the morale of the team. The year after he left, the Bengal team managed to reach the finals. And Amol Mazumdar, for all his piles of domestic runs that he's made, he's never played an international match, and I'm certain that he's never played a T20 match. Now, you might say that a coach isn't, it's not necessary for a coach to have a good record, but just look what a Mahela Jayawardene is doing, what a Stephen Fleming has done, or what a Ricky Ponting is doing. So you need to have that kind of someone to whom people can look up to, and you need to have someone who can teach the new things in T20 cricket. There's a new concept called baseball hitting right now, the back of the length delivery. I doubt if, I mean, obviously someone like a Josh Butler or a Jofra Archer probably knows these things, but what about someone like Kartik Tyagi or Akash Singh or even Jayadev Unadkar? I don't know how to revive a player like Jayadev Unadkar who's been with you for 3 years. Clearly the team hasn't lost faith in him, but how do you revive him? So all
Yeah.
these things, I think you need the right experience. You need to have the right kind of people in the back so that you can sort of get to achieve something.
Yeah, and if we do look at the successful teams in the IPL, the coaching levels, obviously the winners, they always seem to be the top. And I think I'm right. Warney was our first coaching captain, mentor. And the first time we won, he was everything. So again, I think that's one thing that the franchise might have to look at is getting this, iconic Indian type of player and maybe an Indian international player in the setup, because that really boosts the confidence of the rest of the younger Indian players. So really, really, it's important.
Someone like a Rahul Dravid would do, he just do a lot of miracles with this team.
Yeah, Rahul Dravid. Personally, for me, it would be Rahul Dravid, but obviously he has a contract with the NDC, so it's unlikely we will get him. But again, it's getting that iconic player in that setup and getting the right balance between the young Indian players and the experienced players, because I think that bridge we haven't been able to really cover. And again, the other teams, you look at Mumbai Indians and you look at even Delhi Capitals this year, Ponting seems to be the figurehead. Ponting seems to, he's got that experience. He's got that say-so in the dressing room. When he speaks, they're all listening. And whereas McDonald, to be fair to him, he hasn't had that. I know he's the assistant coach for Australia, but he's not got that level of wow factor that someone like Ricky Ponting is. I really, really like Paul Collingwood, and Paul Collingwood played for Rajasthan Royals as well. So I would love to have Paul Collingwood in the setup. Yeah, but
no, I mean he played for us in 1 year. Yeah.
Yeah. So he and his fielding coach, and he's exceptional. Having a player like that in the squad would be really good. But again, we've got to.
And to be fair, Collingwood is a T20 specialist. We've seen him over here in England. Well, when he plays in England, he has, when he's played for his county, he's a T20 specialist, Collingwood. So he would be a good candidate to add to the coaching team. Yeah,
and I think that's something that we've got to really think about. And again, for me, the biggest thing that's gone wrong this season is our decision making. We've constantly made the wrong decisions at the wrong time, and those decisions have ended up costing us the 2 or 3 games. Because technically, we should be on 12 points now. And I think that's the big problem that we've got to really resolve. And again, with our spin bowling, that's what I'm saying. It's a very difficult place because we can't really blame the players because they're sent out there to do the job. And if we're making the wrong decisions, it doesn't matter if we had Brian Lara, Kapil Dev, or even a top quality player from the past. They won't make that much difference, because if we make the wrong decisions, you more or off in a T20 game, they are very, very costly. So that's one of the things. So looking forward to the game tomorrow, Chris. Are you thinking just go for it, or try and be cagey at the start and see how it goes from there?
No, I think we'll go for it. Go for it from the start. There's no point being cagey. We can't qualify. So let's go for it. Let's show Mumbai what we can do. Let's not go into the game and be fearful of Mumbai. Let's go into the game, be positive. I think the crucial thing is for Smith to be be on top, be on encouragement. When Smith's head drops on the field, all the inexperienced players around him look at Smith, see his head drop, and everybody else's head drops. No matter what's going on around you on that field, as a captain and as a leader, you've got to be at the top and talk to your players and encourage your players. No matter how much is falling down around you, be positive. And I think if we go into the game positive and attack them right from the start, we can pick up the points tomorrow.
And Upin, if we win the toss, bat first of all.
Abu Dhabi, right? I think it would behoove us to probably let them bat first, because I'm not sure how. I mean, we see if we are not capable of taking wickets apart from Jofra Archer. So if we are to win this match, I think we need to first figure out how we will probably get a target or something. You never know with our bowlers; they might end up not getting a wicket. They might end up wicketless. But as far as the batsmen are concerned, probably you can expect still some hope from them. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So we've got less than a minute left, and I'll summarise. So tomorrow is a big game for us. For confidence and for the fans, guys, just do it for the fans, because I think we need that boost. A win over Mumbai will paper a lot of cracks over, but it will make us happy. Keep the fan base happy. Play positive cricket. Choose the right selection for the game, and also make sure that we make the right decisions on the field, and hopefully we can win. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Look forward to speak to you again. Hala ball. Take care. Hala ball. And guys, thank you for following us on the YouTube channel Fans Forum, and also on the Instagram Rajasthan Fans Forum. See you later, guys. Take care. Good night. God bless. Bye bye.